G'day everyone! A new report shows almost 16,000 United States military service people have died since 2006 while fighting for American freedom. But surprisingly, most of those individuals were not killed in combat operations in Afghanistan or in Iraq. So where did all these deaths take place? Well, tragically, most of these servicemen and women died right here at home. And the causes of those deaths is even more disturbing. A new report titled Recent Trends in Active Duty Military Deaths, linked below, from the Federation of American Scientists found that 72% of active US military personnel died outside of major war zones. And of those deaths, 93% occurred here in the United States. So you gotta ask, how the hell are people trained in overseas combat dying right here on American soil? Well, the answer is very concerning. More than 1 in 5 deaths of active service members is the result of a suicide, which means statistically, active service members are far more likely to kill themselves than to be killed on the battlefield. Or, as The Guardian reported, more of America's serving soldiers died at their own hands than in pursuit of the enemy. This finding aligns with an earlier report released last month by the Department of Veterans Affairs, which found that military veterans are twice as likely as civilians to die by suicide. Vets make up to 8% of the total US population, but account for 14% of all suicides. Numbers from 2012 show a US military veteran takes their own life on average every 80 minutes. So what's causing this problem? I'm sure they're all getting access to the mental health services they need, right? Just like the rest of the American population. Oh wait, that's actually a lie. The Substance Abuse and Mental Health Service Administration found that only half of returning service members who seek treatment for mental health conditions actually receive adequate care. And an article in Military Medicine reported many active servicemen and women were forced to get private mental health care instead of using mental health care services that are provided for them by the Department of Defense. 93% of respondents said the poor quality of Department of Defense mental health care was the reason they had to get private care in the first place. And around half feared the consequences if they admitted to the Department of Defense that they were having difficulty. The report stated that ethical problems of trust and confidentiality became barriers to care. Other barriers included stigma, the negative impact on one's career for seeking mental health care, and the belief that care would not be effective. Whilst actively working to protect our freedom, the very least our military personnel deserve is access to good quality mental health care. Now, there have been some efforts to reform the Department of Defense and the VA's health services, but the data suggests it's not been enough to actually have an impact. Service people are still not getting the care they need, and they're dying because of it. Look, I know it's tough to allocate limited resources, but we have the biggest military budget in the world. Maybe instead of spending billions of dollars on a new space force, just maybe we could direct more resources to our earthbound military so they don't have to kill themselves. What do you guys think? I'd be really interested in hearing from any of our servicemen and women, no matter which nation you're serving in at the moment. What's your opinion and what do you think should change? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Hi everyone, I'm Jade Lovell, resident science nerd on the Young Turks Network. You're watching SciQ and we know you don't want to miss an episode, so please click the subscribe button down below.